I always like to try to when we do these conversations, we're going to speak on exactly what the topic says in the thumbnail, but we are going to probably throw some one-offs in there. And I just want to throw one-off in there, if you don't mind. Kind of, if I get your take on it real quick. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. I got to get your take on it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pull it up, and let me just get your take on this one real quick. So we have a situation to where, as you can see in that title, it says Cook County woman charged with stealing $1.5 million in chicken wings from a school district. As I scroll down to her mugshot, she obviously had this operation going for almost 2 years, from July of 2020, right when COVID kind of kicked off, to February 2022. She took 11,000 cases of chicken wings from a school district, the school district's main supplier. Without even going through, and again, you can see at the bottom, it has, massive fraud began at the height of COVID. And again, I don't know the details. We could, people could pause it and take a look at it. And as you can see, the budget for 300,000. Let me just do this. If you don't mind, give me your take when you see a case like that come up, to where, you can see it's an elderly black woman. She looked like your old school, lunch lady. But she got away with 1.5 million. And the old saying, the jig is up. We got you red-handed. What are your thoughts when you hear that she's taking chicken wings from these, poor, unfortunate kids?
So first of all, Joker, the correct term would be the gizzard is up, since we're talking about chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
But I look at this and really say to myself, two things. The first is, who really put this woman up to that? She's 60 years old. She's not moving $1.5 million of chicken wings by herself. And I don't care how many barbershops you have in your town. I don't know if you're moving that type of chicken at the barbershop. And so I just don't see her being alone. And they say in the report, it's a criminal organization. And so it's going to be really interesting. Also in the report, if for those of you who are watching, it says that she took a plea deal for 9 years. That's not a bad deal, considering that it's 1.5 million. Usually when you have cases in that range, in that dollar range, you're talking about some significant time. And so you're also potentially looking at, she seemed to have avoided it, federal time. Anytime you start getting into stealing that much money, the feds always take a look and see if they have a role in that. Things that could give them a role into that would be, how was the money distributed? If the money was distributed on Cash App or anything that used any kind of electronic transfer of funds, she could have been looking at wire fraud, and that involves the feds. And so I'm curious to know, and I'm pretty sure this isn't the end of it. I'm pretty sure there will be other charges to come, and those individuals won't be receiving as little time as 9 years.
Wow. Would this be considered a blue-collar crime, the chicken wing theft?
Considering it's chicken, it'll probably be yellow collar crime.
Oh, man. There you go.
No, but no, it would be considered white collar crime. And so, you're really talking about anything that deals with larceny and taking something from another and using that or moving that from their ownership and selling it for your own personal use, which is what happened here. And so, one of the concerning things, and I'm pretty sure one of your viewers are going to mention this, is how this affected the children. Because this chicken was supposed to be used to feed, if I read it correctly, feed children who wouldn't necessarily had food at home. And so that's why I'm really surprised that it's only 9 years. And I know she's up in age. She could have had health issues, but I'm pretty sure she received that leniency in that plea because there's others who will eventually be charged who will take the brunt of what took place.
There you go. So in your history as far as being an attorney, is there a black market for like stolen chicken wings or something? Is there like a place where people could go off and buy stolen chicken wings like pennies on a dollar or something of that nature?
Man, look here. I I'm still from, I told you where I'm from, so I'm not going to say too much on that, but there's a market for everything out there.
Okay.
There's a market for everything out there.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure. Look, the funniest thing I ever seen was a closed gas station, and I drove by, and these people must have had at least 100 boxes or containers of Tide. What do you call them? Little pellet things.
Oh yeah, that you throwing. Yeah, the Tide. I don't know what it's called, but I know you're talking about to wash your clothes.
Yeah, yeah, they must have had over 100 of those at a closed gas station with a tent. And the first thing I thought in my mind was, they most definitely are not a legal reseller for Tide. And so, that old cliche, things fall off a truck, it's real. And so this is a situation where I'm pretty sure that someone utilized the fact that chicken fell off the back of a truck and they purchased it. Or it could be even more complicated, or it could be more to it in the sense that it could have been a restaurant that could have been purchasing this chicken.
I see what you mean. So
That's
let me
why
ask. Go ahead.
That's why I'm saying they're I'm pretty sure law enforcement have their eyes on others that were involved, that used this woman's access in order to benefit themselves. Because looking at her, she didn't look like she just made 750,000 or $1 million in the last 2 years.
Right. Right. So just to kind of advise, if you were her lawyer, looking at $1.5 million worth, which is a lot of money in chicken wings, $1.5 million. She took a plea deal, 9 years. Would you have opted her to take that plea deal too, or knowing the stat? Well, again, you don't know the case, but would you have opted, saying you're 66 years old, you may do half, let's go and take the plea?
So, like I said before, man, I present the evidence and my recommendations to my client. But if she was honestly looking at anywhere, because of the amount of 25 to life, and they were offering her 9, I may suggest to her that you might want to think about it and take that deal. But I am pretty sure that deal came with her assisting law enforcement at going after the others, because I think they also said it was criminal enterprise.
Correct.
And so, it's real hard to enterprise by yourself.
Correct. R. Kelly, he was in a RICO, and he's the only person. I mean, I don't know, but another story. That's another story for another time. Yeah. Well, with that being said, I know there is another case I would love to talk to you on a different matter. I know you probably heard the story. I'll let you get your thoughts together on it. But the young man who was riding with his 7-year-old nephew and was he tried to drag a police officer a few blocks and was shot and killed. As the police officer feared for his life. There's, of course, the body camera footage was released. I'll get it to you if you haven't seen it, but I would love to break that down with you on a future episode here soon, just to kind of get your take on how that all played out. But I'll get that over to you. But with that being said, no, thank you for the knowledge of in regards to Travis Scott, as far as for other celebrities that may get involved in situations like this overseas. I know Nicki Minaj just had it happen with her. So kind of ways to move, but thank you for that knowledge. Any final thoughts you want to give in regards just to our fans that are watching?
Man, nothing other than, once again, make sure that if you're watching, that you subscribe, that you like, and that you support these men and women of street stars. They're doing a good thing. I've had an opportunity to speak with them. I really like what they're doing. They've made me the real life lawyer. And so I'm traveling. I just get off a plane and I get a call from the real life Joker, saying, "Hey, can you talk about this subject?" I was like, "Man, I'm here for my sister's birthday. I didn't bring a suit, but for you, I'm gonna get to the hotel room, gonna pop up the iPad, and I'm gonna tell the people what you want them to know."
Man, and we appreciate you for that, man. But yeah, this is going to be an ongoing topic because again, we like knowledge, and knowledge is power, and knowing is just half the battle. So, with that being said, Attorney Larry Taylor, man, if you don't mind, also let them know how to follow you on any of the platforms you're on.
You can follow me on YouTube under TaylorMade Conversations. The website is tailormadelaw.com. If you have questions and you want to know if you have a case, you can always go there, and one of my paralegals or attorneys will let you know exactly what we think the situation is. And you can follow me on Instagram at Larry Taylor II.
Perfect. I definitely appreciate you, man. If there's, of course, any fans that have questions, like he said, he gave the links, he gave the drops, he gave the IGs. Y'all definitely hit him up. Very knowledgeable. We'll be touching base with you soon because, of course, the world keeps on spinning and things keep on happening. So, with that being said, we got to say it again, man. The real life lawyer, man, Attorney Larry Taylor. You are a real life street star. We salute it.
Shout out RealLyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.